Hi everyone, welcome to the event. On today's webinar, we'll be talking about applying AI automation in app review management. And so we'll just give it a couple minutes here until we're all online here so we can begin. Awesome. And so today I'm actually going to be joined by our one of our product managers here at AppFollow, Ilya, and then one of our very special guests in Quebec, and he is social media manager at Standard Bank with really a lot of experience in this space with a 17-year trajectory in banking, and he is incredibly passionate about fostering growth and development in both companies and also individuals. And then I am your host here, Karen, and I am the customer growth team lead here at AppFollow, and just really excited to be with you all today. And so in terms of what we'll be discussing, so we just went over introductions. I'll start us off with just a current state of affairs as it relates to end user engagement. We'll really be talking about brand reputation in the finance industry, the biggest challenges across different industries, and also just how to solve for those problems in the mobile app world. And then we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. Perfect. And so where are we today in terms of engagement? So there are a few things that I wanted to really highlight, and I'll start us off with just saying that there are just a lot of tools in the market, right? Everybody's fighting for pretty much the same companies, the same sort of audience, right? We've seen really the volume of feedback rise as far as like what companies receive, and also just the number of engagement channels. And so what we see is actually a certain fatigue here where companies really don't understand where to put their focus. Another factor that's really kind of affecting the industry as a whole is really the time spent on reviewing feedback, right? You're definitely looking at these nuggets of information, but everything gets lost in the shuffle and just the sheer volume of reviews. And so, in another layer that I also want to kind of highlight here is that customers really do expect responses to their comments. They expect that genuine feedback. They expect a solution to be given. And so that actually adds another layer of complexity. And so really the reality is that it's just increasingly more difficult for engagement teams to perform this work by themselves. And that's where AI and automation can help. And so that's where we are today. And so to get us started on this topic, I want to really continue the conversation by asking Quebec, like, how important is brand reputation to the finance sector specifically?
Thanks a lot, Karen, for having me, and thanks to AppFollow as a company, and also your viewers as well for hosting me. I think, Karen, you're asking a very important question, being how important is brand reputation to financial institution, but most importantly, brand reputation is important to everyone. Some people talk about personal brand, but then to take it a bit more home, I just like to provide context into what brand is. And of course, I know everyone knows what brand reputation is, but if you allow me, I think there's many definitions, and there's also many literature around what brand is. But what stood out for me is basically what Warren Buffett once said, to say that it takes 20 years to build a brand, and it only takes 5 minutes to destroy that particular brand. And we will touch on those key elements on what not to do to ruin our brand reputation for your business, or basically for my own specific industry or business. But also Jeff Bezos also goes on to say that a brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. Now, that's very important because when you're not in the room, we're not there to either deny, confirm, or defend ourselves, or at least provide a correct narrative to say this is what we stand for or this is who we are. And what we have realized from a Standard Bank perspective is that there are certain key elements that we need to basically make sure that we master in ensuring that we keep their brand intact. But before we get to those key elements, we realize that the most important thing is integrity. As you know, that brand reputation and brand reputation management cannot go without integrity. What is integrity? Integrity is doing or saying what you say you will do when you say you will do it. That's what basically integrity is. And that's what we've seen over the years in the financial services industry, to say that customers trust you when you say when you do what you say you will do. But over and above that, the first thing that we've realized when you look at the whole structure of brand management and brand reputation is that people connect with people that they trust. And also, particularly when you look at the financial industry, it's very unlikely that a person will invest their life savings with you if they don't trust you. So the first thing before you start to even service them, whether on the app or any other platform, they need to be able to trust you to then be able to have that engagement with you. But over and above that, then trust will then obviously lead to loyalty, whereby when trust is there, we know we're able to build loyal customers as well. And also they perceive us as being loyal to them in times of need. They know they can reach out at any given time and we'll be there to address them. But this does not go without saying, where we mention the word active feedback. So this is one of the key and most crucial aspect of any brand reputation management. Now, my expertise is in social media community management. One will tell you that you can never sustain any brand without actively engaging with your customers. And I'm excited to say, from our perspective as an organization, we managed to respond to around 100% of our clients. So this basically means that each and every person that came to us for service, we were able to engage them through our mobile app, regardless whether it's iOS, whether it's Android, or any other apps platforms. But I must also maybe not basically rather do justice to the feedback that I'm giving, which is also credibility. Yes, it's all good and well to respond to your customers, but I also check how credible the information you're giving them is, which also what sustains the brand, because you can respond to your customers quick and efficient and making sure that you address each and every one of their concerns when they have issues and manage your brand. But if that information is not credible, then you're most likely not going to have loyal customers banking with you if you are in the financial services industry. And this is true to our business to make sure that each and every information that we give, we make sure at each and every point in time that is correct and is accurate and is very relevant to the client that we are speaking to. But then the last one, which is the last element, goes without saying, which is customer experience. Now, customer experience is one of those, some other people will call it customer satisfaction. We always say that you cannot sustain as a brand or any other business without ensuring that your customers are satisfied. How we measure that through our mobile app and also AppFollow is to ensuring that we increase our customer satisfaction score. But over and above that, our sentiment score, we're able to try and resolve as much as we can to our clients, in a sense that they were able to come back to us when they have issues. Now, we managed to build trust because they know they can come to you at any given time. They also become your loyal fan, and they also know that if and when they need anything from you, any information, you respond to them quick and fast, and the information that you provide to them is also credible, which then ultimately, as an organization, we're able to make sure that we increase our customer satisfaction score, or rather sentiments, to 90%. And I hope, Karen, this brings clarity into how we see brand reputation is.
Nkaiwe, this is really valuable information, and really thank you so much for giving us this insight, not just in the finance banking industry, but just in general, how companies should really be approaching their brand reputation, as you mentioned here. And switching gears here a little bit, I wanted to pass the mic off to Ilya, who's really going to be kind of walking us through some of the biggest challenges and some of the possible solutions in this space. So, Ilya, can you tell us what are some of the biggest challenges that you've seen in the app reputation space? And can you also tell us about some possible solutions here?
Sure. Thank you so much, Karen, for hosting us today. Thank you so much, Gabi, for bringing your super valuable insights on building trust and loyalty to the brand. This is super important. We see it now. So yeah, let's go to this our real challenges in app reputation management. So businesses today, they are facing like a huge amount of user feedback, especially like games, financial businesses, any other like social media apps. So huge amount of user feedback, language differences. Customers are writing reviews from all over the world. And in like businesses, they need to sort out and prioritize this really quick. So, and let's also not forget that all of this has to be managed really with some limited resources. And these problems, they can really slow down how effectively you grow your business and how effectively you communicate with customers, with the users. So that's why in AppFollow, we actually crafted our AI-driven solutions tailored to fix exactly these issues. So our system, it's like smartly categorize the feedback, prioritize what needs immediate attention, like bugs or urgent user concerns. So also we are breaking down the language barriers by summarizing everything, providing you with information in your native language. We are making sure that nothing is lost in translation. And what that means for the business is less time spent on manual sorting, manual working with reviews, manual reading the reviews, and more time on improving the user experience, more time on improving the satisfaction, loyalty, building trust, and everything that Nkobe said like a couple of minutes ago. So our feedback loop, I call it this way, is designed to bring the app feedback management actually really to the next level. So we all start with the app feedback that's like a huge amount of user feedback is coming. And we automatically categorize it into the reviews, into the like some topics to identify the key issues. So as the next step, AI summaries, they analyze thousands of reviews and provides you with some actionable insights. So these insights can inform some development strategies and ensure that you're really like directly addressing the user needs. So this is the next step. And the third step is our AI-driven responses. They allow you to engage with customers, demonstrate your commitment to and responsiveness. So this is the one of the most important steps in the problem management. So just a sec.
All right. So while we give Ilya maybe a couple minutes here, if we actually would love to hear from all of you. In Kewa, we actually see Ruben here actually giving you a shout out, saying how true your actual feedback was and just your insight into the industry, right? Especially when it comes to finances and making sure that your money is actually going to a trusted source. So that's great to see there. And so while we maybe continue here, we'll keep it moving and then maybe we'll come to this. But as you can see here in the slides, and speak to this a little bit more in terms of how we solve this feedback loop here at AppFollow by leveraging AI replies is really, I think Ilya was going to get into the fourth step, which is really responding to reviews that require your attention. So, hey, Ilya, you're back.
Yes, sorry for
my a little bit of a pause, and we just did an interlude there. So, hey.
Yes, sorry for some like my connection issues here, and I'm back. Sorry for that.
Oh,
Okay,
no, no worries. Yeah, bring us home. So continue with it.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Karen. So yeah, let's start with this our feedback loop as described before. So let's dig deeper into the steps. So yeah, first step is actually to take these thousands of our reviews and categorize all of them into some topics. So our AI tools, they categorize like every review, help you to identify and address crucial issues like login issues this is especially crucial in finance apps. So this process, no need to read manually all the single reviews. That really saves time and sharpens your focus on what really matters. So this is our very first step when we take these like thousands of reviews and categorizing them into some specific topics. So this is very important for them to understand the real needs of your customers. Okay. So, oh, I'm so sorry. I have another issue here.
It's okay. I'm happy to kind of jump in here and just kind of talk about AI summaries for reviews. So as you can see here, under semantic tags, you're actually able to simply click AI summary per tag, and it'll actually tell you, give you a summary of pretty much all of the reviews that are coming across that have been tagged with this topic, and actually give you the pull from the most important issues. So you'll actually be able to get a summary and understand in a very concise way, hey, what is that feedback that's coming through that's being tagged as this? And so it's just really able to distill these actionable insights, really capture these major concerns across countries, languages, and really being able to pull them into concise summaries, and then strategically really allow you to plan for your development and backlog. And also just as a product team, just really help you identify these trends and patterns that over time, will actually help you anticipate the needs of your end users and their expectations. We can move to step two.
Thank you, Karen, for supporting me here. That's the first
Of
time I have
course, no worries. That's what we're here for.
Finland internet is, I don't know what's happening here. Okay, cool. So, I will continue from here about some positive things. Also, from my side, it's very important to mention the positive feedback as well, as it's crucial to keep your team moving forward and motivated. So we can highlight this positive feedback like reliability of your apps or outstanding customer service or technological advancements on the company-wide meetings to show everybody that customers are really happy with what you are doing. So, and by using these AI summaries in AppFollow, that's super easy to dig these insights to share with the team. So also another hint here is to use this positive feedback for value propositions for example, your ASO screenshots in App Store, Google Play, or maybe some Facebook ads, or maybe some even outside ads. So this is super hint that we are using a lot when you're mining your customer feedback and just sharing it on your App Store screenshot as the a top value that app brings to the customer. So, okay. The next step here is when we're prioritizing the feature requests, customers, for example, asking for spending trackers, investment options, transfer by phone numbers. So this is really great source of insights to enrich your backlog. So to know what to work next and what customers really expect from you. So this focusing on the key requests and bugs, and bug reports that ensures that your resources align perfectly with the customer needs, and that will help to enhance your and customer satisfaction, loyalty. So you're doing what they're asking for. Of course, you have your own vision how to drive the business and everything, but customer requests really can help to enrich this backlog and understand customer needs. And so that will lead, of course, to much better customer satisfaction. So, and the final step here is to actually communicate with customers. So this is the really critical phase in the our loop, our feedback loop. So our manual replies, they help to craft quick responses to most common issues. But what is more important, that we are offering the right now it's for free AI automation for the most popular positive reviews. To handle positive reviews, often this is like a simple thank you messages, and this automation can save you time and also demonstrate your business commitment to maintain the high level of brand reputation. So happy customers are getting thank you and appreciation responses while you are working, while you are focusing on some on resolving customer issues and working on some super crucial feedback. So this is really like a killer thing to save your time, to communicate with the customers, making them happy, keeping them happy, while you are focusing on something super important. And I think we can invite you, Kobe, one more time on the stage to tell us more, how Standard Bank is using this automation in, let's say, in real world. So you're very welcome.
Thank you so much, Ilya. I think you touched on the very important piece around the usage of AI and allowing our guys to concentrate on more meaningful work. But what I want to touch on is basically how we are set up, right? And without giving too much intel and internal information, I think one thing for sure that each and every organization would have, which is no secret at all, is the fact that there's different agents responding to reviews, right? So with those agents responding to reviews, they will then take a particular review, study the review, and then respond to a client, depending whether that review was positive or negative or neutral. If it was negative and neutral, we'll try to obviously assist and give steps for client to self-service if there's a need. And if there was a compliment, which we do get quite a lot lately, with our customers being comfortable from using the digital platforms. But what I want to touch on is why the use of automation. And I also noted a question in the chat, Karen, from Ruben, to say, how do we then trust that particular information? How do we know that it's correct? It's correct. And this is a question that has been asked by many, to say sometimes you can see when it's a bot talking to you, right? And people are saying, no, hey, hold on, there's no human intervention. How can I trust that the response is accurate? But then I'm here to say and give and give comfort levels to our audience to say that with AI, it works based on how it was trained. And of course, information changes from time to time, but with the change of information, that's why we then have agents on a regular basis who will then train, take the frequently asked questions from what we're seeing from our clients, and then use that particular information to then respond to our client. But then for us as an organization, this was quite a journey. And what we found more useful was that if we let AI handle mundane tasks, so these are tasks that we know each and every month on the 10th is a question that we will get, right? So you want to get to that current quick and fast and respond to your client so that they can go and self-service without waiting for an agent to come and respond to them. But over and above that, getting rid of those mundane tasks to the AI and automation to deal, you then allow for more time where agent will be able to engage with our clients, with our valued clients rather. This is where they're able to resolve for all the mundane tasks, or not mundane tasks rather, but in tasks that needs special attention, maybe things that an AI cannot respond to, or something that where a client wants you to literally go and investigate and then come back with proper feedback to them. So we use the time with our agent to then go and do proper investigation and then come back with the particular information and enhance automation, enhance AI in making sure that the next time you come, Ilya, on our screens or on our mobile app, you're able to get quick assistance. So you don't then have to wait for someone to respond to you after an hour or two. You can then self-service, which then makes life easier for you as a client. And it also makes life easier for the organization because they can now spend more time concentrating on new incoming trends to resolve. And that's essentially why the need and maybe why we possibly use automation and AI. And just to touch on some interesting stats, what we've seen with automation as well, we saw around 80% of our reviews were auto-responded to. So this tells you that 80% of our customers that either had issues, they posted, and within a matter of seconds, they were able to get a response in which they can self-service. And 20% of those clients that could not self-service at that point in time were able to be contacted by an agent who then took them through the journey, the customer journey, and the process of basically assisting them. Another thing that I wanted to touch on was, which was a very huge increase. I mean, after the usage of automation, what we saw, which we wanted to put it to basically put it on the test, and I laugh when I say this because we saw a positive 646% growth in positive engagement. So that tells you that the engagement and the response that was given was so accurate after the information that we would have trained AI on. And maybe someone may be asking to say, now, when you introduce AI and automation, what's next for us? Are there still any jobs available? Is our jobs at risk in anyhow? And I'm here to say definitely not, because at the end of the day, who's going to train the AI? You know, so someone still needs to be there to then provide that particular training. And yeah. I think the last thing which maybe someone may ask to say, okay, so as an organization, so we know what's next. We know what AI and automation has done for you. We know the increase and the good stories to tell, but what is next for you as an organization? And for us, it's quite simple. We always want to be there to pick up the issues quick and fast as an organization. We're one organization that is known as a bank, a solution-based bank, whereby if a client has an issue, they know they can trust the information we give them. They know when they reach out to us, we can respond to them quick and efficient, and the information provided to them, it can be used for their daily living and their daily banking experience. So that's what next for us, to make sure that we concentrate on the new trends that are incoming and making sure that we work on those and making sure that life is easier for our clients at the very least. And I think maybe this is where I'll just stop here for now, Karen.
No worries. And Kewe, thank you so much for these insights and just really contextualizing this in the banking industry. We do have some questions in the chat, which we will get to definitely in a minute, but we just really appreciate these insights and also just really bringing it home and giving us some real user case experience. And so what I wanted to just, did you have anything else to add here? Actually,
I'm pretty impressed with the processes that built in the Standard Bank, because this is actually really what I expect as a customer. So I expect the prompt responses for my issues. So if I'm like reporting the issue from my financial app, this is something really wrong, and I really care about that. And even this like quick response, AI-based or automation-based, it shows me that like the industry, the company like hears me. And I already got some initial response. And if I want, I want to talk more and maybe connect with a like real agent and solve my issue. But this initial response is super important to like share that your voice has been heard and like we are like solving your issue. So like how amazing is this process? I'm just impressed. So thank you so much for sharing this, Kobe. So yeah. Basically, from start to finish on this feedback loop, from like collecting the app feedback to automated categorization into topics, to providing summaries for these topics, to prioritizing feature requests, bugs, and responding to reviews, we got you covered on each step of this management app feedback. So we are saving you like money, time, resources, breaking the language barriers. We're helping you to provide the swift customer support. So, and all of this ensures the like seamless loop of receiving, analyzing, and responding to user feedback. So saving time and money, as I said, and all of this to provide a better user experience. So this is how it works in AppFollow now, and this is how it works for your business. So you're very welcome to try it by yourself today. So even after this webinar, you're very welcome to go and try how it works. It really just works. So it was our goal to make it as simple as possible, just works. So yeah, this is how it works in AppFollow here. And thank you.
Thank you, Ilya. And so just wanted to give a little bit of a shameless plug here to our auto reply guide. So first of all, a link to this will be shared. Same with pretty much everything that we've covered today. Same as the recording for this webinar. So you'll have this in your database. So you can refer to it at any given time. We do have quite a few questions here from the audience. And so I want to start off actually with you, Ilya, just because, yes, and you addressed this a little bit in Kewe. This question is coming from Ruben, and he's asking just how comfortable are we with the AI responses for the different problems that are being raised by clients?
Yeah, sure. So for the most of the positive feedback, it works flawlessly, like because it's like thank you and appreciation messages. If there is something specific, industry specific or app specific raised in the customer feedback, usually our AI model, our AI system suggests to contact customer support because it's like if it's something specific raised, specific issue raised in the ticket, in the review, then it means that customer probably needs some like personal attention. And that's why we asking like to contact customer support on that, because it's in most cases due to the limitations of the App Store and Google Play, maybe it's not really possible to solve the issue inside the store, because it's better to contact the support. Otherwise, we also offering this like training of replies that we have previously will be trained on your previous responses or on your knowledge base, that will allow the AI to actually suggest some solutions based on your like public help center or public knowledge base. So this is like one of the solutions that can work really great for some, some common issues, that repeatable issues, I would say.
Great. Thank you for that input. And then in Kewe, we actually have a question for you directly, which is, we kind of like a little bit of context here about complex problems and them requiring the intervention of an advisor. So the question is, what are your turnaround times in resolving these matters?
I'm glad the question came, because without resolving matters quick and fast, I don't have a job, right? So my only job in my organization is to make sure that each and every client of ours gets to be assisted quick and efficient and very fast. So you'd understand that I mentioned quick and I mentioned fast. So it's not a mistake. So we do have agents that are there. I mean, with the usages of automation, we know that we'll be getting those questions that are not mundane, that are not repetitive, but are questions that really need someone to go and investigate. And that's where we get the human element part of it, to then take the question, give the client a call. So we don't just respond online. We also make contact with our clients to really get the context and take them through the journey. And where we cannot resolve, we work closely with our solution teams, where they just a call away on speed dial, where we can call and then they'll manage to give us assistance, and we'll get, call the client back and then close the loop with that particular client. But it does not stop there. At least now we know we have something that could not be solved through self-service. We now understand that we need to go over and above and then implement that particular service, so that our valid client doesn't have to struggle and wait an hour or 30 minutes to speak to someone, but they can do that as and when they need to. And our response time really, I mean, it has moved previously, and not only on automation, but because of the good agents that we have in our organization, has moved from around 4 to 5 hours to literally around 30 minutes to an hour. So our customers can be guaranteed to say when they come and reach out to us, they'll be responded to very soon. And the response that they will get is obviously definitely very accurate and also assist them to better self-help in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you for that response. And I think we'll just there is this, and this is actually being raised by a few people here, and it's been a very kind of widely discussed topic of like AI and jobs. And so maybe in terms of just giving us some concluding thoughts, or even just your take on how can we kind of maybe grapple with this ethical issue that maybe goes even beyond this webinar, right? This is where we're entering as a society of jobs and then doing things more efficiently. And how do we like kind of walk that fine line where we're not eliminating or replacing people with automation?
I would say that it's not about replacing the people with automation, it's like empowering people with automation. So like, let's imagine you have your usual 8 hours workday, when you're spending like for 10 minutes on each review, like 10 minutes on positive reviews, 10 minutes on negative reviews. Every review gets the same attention, but not every review should get the same attention. Because, for example, like positive reviews, they can be easily automated and skipped. And then you will have more time to focus on something like that really matters. When customers are complaining for some crucial issues, customers are asking for some specific features, customers are like sharing their like user experience with your app. So these reviews, they require much more attention than just a thank you or appreciation feedback. So that's why it's all about like empowering customer support agents and the overall like customer support industry, like summarizing everything in one place, because you can spend days on, for example, preparing the monthly or quarterly reports. So you need to read, basically, you need to read all the reviews and making your, slide deck for executive teams to make a like overview of your customer feedback that you got for the quarter. So, and here we are doing it with just one click. So we are saving you time on preparing these decks, and all you need to do is like to make them beautiful, literally. And so, and everything else can be the time you got, you can spend on really prioritizing and categorizing the feedback. So just to do this job, not reading reviews, not just crafting manual replies, but rather prioritizing everything, sharing with the product team, sharing with product managers, engineers, developments, and then use this information to actually make your app grow faster, make your backlog of features more, not just your own ideas or other ideas, but actually supported by the customer feedback. So this is all about how to make your work, how to make the customer support agents more efficient, not replacing. So of course, lots of people are talking about like the engineers will be replaced, like translators will be replaced, everybody will be, but it's not. They will just work more efficiently and provide more value to the business.
I love that take, Ilya. And Kegwe, do you have any concluding thoughts with us?
Thanks a lot, Karen, and thanks. I think interesting insights shared by Ilya as well. I think for me, it's just a matter of allowing people to concentrate on the conversation that matter with our client. If I'm going to send to you, hi, and I have automation to say, hi, how can I help you? Within the first 2 seconds, I'd opt for that anytime. But if the third response come and say, I need help in changing 1, 2, and 3, and I can't seem to find a solution, I'm more than happy for my guys to jump in and assist with that type of a complex matter. And I think that's the world in which we move into. That's the era of any technology that we are experiencing. Remember, before we had lights, people were angry to say, why do you want to have lights in the night? You know, I read a literature to say people were complaining to say, what? This is going to bring a lot of things. But in today, can you survive without any lights? Definitely not, right? For safety and security, we need street lights, we need lights and everywhere. And this is where I see the future of basically banking anywhere in the world, where if I don't have any time to drive somewhere, I can definitely know I can go and self-service. And where I'm unhappy with a particular response, there's also a human element who will then be able to come and then step in and assist. But over and above that, go and train the AI with the new trends. So I see a lot of opportunity for growth, opportunity for new roles and positions for people, and opportunities for us as well. Thank you.
No, that's great. Thank you all so much. I believe that we have 4 minutes left of the webinar, so we just have maybe time for one last question. I want to make sure that everybody gets their questions answered here. And the last question that and either of you can jump in here is, how do you ensure that the feedback is not, in prioritizing and categorizing your reviews, how do you ensure that the feedback is not skewed and that all clients are kept happy?
I would say that, let's be realistic. We can't make all the customers, all the clients happy. So we can't make everything that clients are asking for. But the goal of this exercise of categorizing and summarizing feedback and prioritizing is to make the majority of customers happy. And of course, not to forget about that we need to grow our business. We need to, the goal of business is getting revenue. So we need to understand what feedback will be used for both making the majority of customers happy and growing our revenue. So this is what I think is the most important part. So of course, some of the feedback will be not forgotten, not missed, but maybe kept in backlog for some future. So yeah, our goal is to actually find out from these summaries and categorization, find out what really matters right now and what customers are expecting from us right now. So of course, if they are expecting I don't know, some new features and the hundreds of customers are talking about that, it's probably something that we need to do. But of course, there could be some other clients that asking for us to change the button color, I don't know, to change the logo or something like that. So some minor issues that, of course, we can't make them happy, because this is how our app, our game works. But we still can do the 90% of other customers happy that are expecting some specific features. So it's all about prioritization. So this is how I see
it. And Kawai, any concluding thoughts here? And
thanks, Karen. I think my concluding thoughts and departing thought would be, let's embrace the opportunity that comes, and let's allow ourselves to engage in the work that really matter for our clients, and so that they stay happy with the solutions that we provide to them. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, that brings us to the end of our webinar here. We just want to thank you all so much for joining us. You can expect a recording and a link to the resources, as I mentioned, and feel free to actually email us. Let us know what's going on, your thoughts, any additional questions you want to see at hi@appfollow.io, and you can also just check out our website. Amazing. Well, thank you so much all for joining us. We really loved hanging out with all of you, and thank you so much to our amazing guests here, Nkewe and Ilya. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.